Croak by Roger Hargreaves. Croak was a sort of frog, a Timbuctoo frog. He lived in Bulrush Cottage in Timbuctoo. Unlike most frogs, Croak could not swim. He simply couldn't, not a stroke, and he'd never even tried.
"Can you swim?"
he asked Oink one day. Oink was a sort of pig.
"Don't know,"
said Oink.
"Let's see."
So they went down to the river, and Oink removed his top hat and jumped. Splash!
"The answer to your question,"
said Oink, sitting in the river,
"is no." "Can you swim?"
Croak asked Squeak. Squeak was a sort of mouse.
"Don't know,"
said Squeak.
"Let's see."
So they went down to the river, and Squeak took a deep breath and jumped. Splash! He sank.
"The answer to your question,"
spluttered Squeak,
"is no." "Can you swim?"
Croak asked Woof. Woof was a sort of dog. The answer to your question, replied Woof, is yes.
"Oh,"
said Croak.
"Will you teach me?"
So they went down to the river. Woof removed his hat and dived in. "Come on, Croak!" he shouted. "Your turn!" Croak groaned and shut his eyes and took a deep breath. And went home. "Oh dear," thought Woof. "If only we could get him into the water, I'm sure he could swim. But how?" Then he had an idea. He went to tell Oink and Squeak about it. The next day Woof, Oink and Squeak went round to Bulrush Cottage.
"Come on, Croak,"
they cried.
"We're going to play leapfrog." "Right!"
laughed Croak. Being a sort of frog, that was his sort of game. Woof went first. He leapfrogged over Oink, Squeak and Croak. Oink went second. He leapfrogged over Squeak, Croak and Woof. Squeak went third. He leapfrogged over Croak, Woof and Oink. Croak went last. He leapfrogged over Woof. He leapfrogged over Oink. He leapfrogged over Squeak. And then he realized that Squeak was standing right on the edge of the river bank. And there he was, in mid-air, over the water. As you know, what goes up must come down, and Croak came down. Splash! And suddenly he was swimming. Swimming!
"Look, everybody!"
he laughed.
"Look at me!"
Woof stood on the river bank, grinning. His idea had worked.
"Well done, Croak!"
he shouted.
"You can swim like a fish!"
Just then a fish poked his head out of the water. "It's getting very noisy around here," he complained. Thank you for listening.